And if we also don't know where we come from, we have no reference points. It's like someone in the middle of a desert with no landmarks. He doesn't know where to go, he doesn't know what to do. No, we need to have reference points. To have reference points, we need to go back and question history. And we must not hide any part of our history. And we should also make sure that Stockholm Syndrome does not become a common illness among all Africans. You know the well-known Stockholm Syndrome. It's a psychological syndrome where the person who harms you eventually ends up being loved and protected by you in some cases. Do you understand? That is to say, the aggressor, the one who harms you, who undermines you, you end up even loving him, defending him, and protecting him. Many people are affected by this Stockholm Syndrome. Whether it's here in Burkina or in Africa in general. Because Africa has suffered a lot. And people have tried to erase Africa's history. And many people don't even know the history of Africa. Yet we shouldn't be ignorant. We need to know our history in order to know where we're going. Africa wasn't always like this. Let's acknowledge that. I told you once, if our ancestors in our bushlands as we walk around, we see that they were capable of taking earth and extracting iron from it. But why is it that today we can't do it? It's because we've lost something along the way. And what have we lost? How did we lose it? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Once we ask ourselves these questions and find the answers, we are cured of our illness, the Stockholm Syndrome. And these questions, we must ask them bravely and face them head on. And as I said, we are not politicians who avoid problems. We face problems and solve them. We don't just move them elsewhere. There are many topics in our societies that we want to address. Oh, that's taboo. Oh, that's a sensitive issue. As soon as the police say, oh, if you mess around, you're going to lose your electoral base, you're going to... Well, we are going to address these topics, we are going to tell the truth. And then, well, if you like it, that's how it is. And if you don't like it, that's how it is too. But it's our story. And we need to remember our story, where we come from, what was done to us that made us this way. This is a big rant that I'm going to direct at all black people, if I may say so. Here at Waiwia. And why Waiwia? I'll tell you why Waiwia. What does Waiwia mean? Venice is pro-Serene. Everything that I am prepared to say to you all today signifies the definitive start of a completely new way of doing things. And by that, if you are in full agreement for us to proceed forward with this plan, those who attack us will eventually be forced to come and bow down in submission right here in this entire nation. But if you don't fully comprehend the profound importance of my message, tomorrow will not be good. I want us to listen to each other carefully, to understand what is being said, because many people don't know what we are going through. This morning I told the different forces, everyone needs to know why we are fighting. We didn't just wake up one morning to go attack someone. They were the ones who came with weapons to attack Burkina Faso. That's what happened, and that's how the war started. It's been going on for more than 10 years. When the first ones came, they didn't come with sticks and biscuits. They came with weapons and they killed. And that's what we're experiencing. Very well. Why are they fighting us? Today, everyone must fight against it. It's our wealth, our resources underground, and everything else. So, if they can kill us all and take our land, they will do it. In fact, that's what they're doing. We need to be aware of that. And to do that, they often go through us, our own brothers and all. You see, the last time when we decided to break off diplomatic relations, I told myself that within 2 or 3 weeks they would react. But you see, condescension makes people stupid. They have become so crazy and foolish that the reaction was immediate. Because in their minds, what is it? How can a black man say that to me, the master of fairness? That's what's going on in their heads. And here, it's systematic, just like what happened during the time of slavery. You have to catch those black people, give them a lesson, so that the others see that things don't work like that. They set up ambushes along all their routes to carry out deadly attacks. In Gairi, in Sudan, in Seba, because in Gairi they waited for the convoy to pass through Tafada for export. Logistics. They stayed with just one company and then came in large numbers to Sayur-la-Ville. In Solam, they made a mistake. They ran into determined gendarmes. Over there, they crushed them. We went to Regu. But what am I trying to tell you? Before launching this kind of assault, you see the slaves of Salon, you see their TV channel there? When you watch certain channels, certain shows, it's black people who are presenting. French black people, actually, who are black people they use to present these shows, and their correspondents are also black. You even see Burkinabés who have thrown stones at their homeland who are somewhere out there. They are the ones who are their correspondents. And all those days, they get ready, they put on makeup before going into the studios. They finish all their makeup and everything. They wait for the results of the attack so they can go on set and say, they killed so many RDS here, they wiped out Tel Aviv. That proves that security is not good. Just like one of them had blatantly lied at the European Union, saying that things are not going well in Burkina. So they were getting ready to confirm their lie. When they finished putting on their makeup and everything, they called for a debate, I don't know what. They stayed in mourning. They mourned for several days. Some of them can't even take off their makeup anymore, they're just there and everything. It didn't work out, all their lies were swallowed back. Now we're sitting here watching them. That's how they are. But they've always used black against black. Don't even go looking for it. Our enemies are among us. And that brings me to give you a general piece of advice. You see, we're in a revolution and we've chosen a path. And people need to stay focused. A lot of people say they're focused, that they're revolutionaries. But it's still you who go and follow the pages of those stateless people and believe what they're saying. And you get worked up, you worry. And you end up in states of, why? Stay focused. I've heard a lot of noise lately and everything. And again, you yourselves, you contribute to creating, maybe even problems without realizing it. You see, we launched a diaspora operation, however. Often, we carry out these operations to test the reliability of our state. Do people invest in our country or not? You see that we got more than what we wanted. And it's during this period that all the communications like, oh, things aren't going well in Burkina, there's an attack here, things aren't going well at the top of the state, they're doing this, they're doing that. And a lot of people are worried, they're calling us about these things. I'm going to tell you one thing and let it be clear in everyone's mind. The context we're living in is not the context of 1987. Let that be clear. Me, I wasn't in prison. And someone didn't come to prison to get me after a rash decision to put me in power, like what happened with Béziers. It's completely different. Because yes, Sankara was in prison, Blaise left POW, he came, he freed him, and put him in power. It's normal that people might talk about number one, number two, or whatever. That's not our context. When I left with my men, I was at the front. There wasn't a single soldier ahead of me, so it's not the same thing. It's not like I came to Ouagadougou, went to sit and hide in a villa, and then told the guys, go ahead and do it. And then, in the evening, I puff out my chest in front of RTB. It's not like that. When the 14.5 turned, I was less than 100 meters away, and I was the first victim. So avoid mixing things up. There is no number one, no number two, or whatever number. There is no number two. There is no 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's clear, it's straightforward. If now, through your communications, your marks, you think someone is strong, you will create problems for that person, and you will all bear the consequences of your problems together. Let that be clear. And what's the other thing? Everyone who works with me knows my code of conduct. I have a mission. And all of them follow the mission. That's why we're here. And if someone screws up, I'll deal with you without being affected. There's no saying, yes, well, there is no strong man. There isn't one. And I come back again to you, the business operators who often say, you have to go negotiate with someone because he's the strong man. It's him. There is no strong man with me. No, stop that. Because it's you who put these ideas into some people's heads, and people can really start to believe they're strong. If you step out of line, if you behave in an anti-revolutionary way, right away I will punish you. Without trial. In any case, I always take the time to check, to have proof, and I will call you, have you sit in front of me and tell you, here it is, and I will punish you. So that's how it is. So all the comrades you see, whether they're ministers or not, I've told them all. Anyone who messes around, who behaves in an anti-revolutionary way, and if I have proof in hand, I will punish you. And as for that punishment, if under normal circumstances he was supposed to get, say, a punishment A, I will double or triple it. Because you are responsible. So let it be clear, stop going to listen to that handful of nonsense. We are focused. I didn't give up my youth for this. To come here and mess around with my mission. I'm young, but I have no youth left to live. Do you really think I'm going to live my youth again? It's over. They pick me up in the morning, there I am, at my house, and take me to the office. At night, they bring me in, and I sit by the door, like a prisoner. And you think I'm going to mess around with my mission? No. I didn't sacrifice my youth for laughs. I'm not going to play around with my mission. I hold a profound dream for my country. And that dream will eventually become a reality. But when we look at the other side of the situation, those people we've been watching, it's been 4 years now that we've been observing people, talking to some of them. Take this seriously. I didn't sacrifice my youth just to let someone come and mess around with me. Now, I'm going to start making an impact and moving forward. Those who know and don't want trouble shouldn't come near us. Because if you come to us, you'll have problems. Don't block our path. So stay focused, stay concentrated. We have to develop our homeland. That's the most important thing. Everyone should have enough to eat, just as the elders have said. I'm very happy to hear that we are eating in the present. That's the indicative tense. That's something to be proud of. But we spend our time ordering. People come and give us food. Lately, many countries have been coming to us about NGOs. I say to myself, wait, what's going on? Have all your humanitarian energies ended up here? We have our dignity to defend. There are things we no longer accept. Go ahead, give elsewhere. We don't need your aid. There's none of that here. So, what that essentially means is they clearly have entirely different motivations and agendas in mind. It is not actually about providing genuine help at all. It's like someone said, if you want to come help a father because his children aren't doing well, why are you coming? And then you don't discreetly give to the father. You want to go give directly to the children to imply that the fathers do nothing? Is that what you're trying to say? That doesn't work. Our culture doesn't accept that. So they used a lot of cannons to enslave us. I'm talking about NGOs. The infiltration into our administrations, a lot of cannons. We will not accept it. Because all of this is meant to keep us down and allow them to freely plunder our resources. It's time for all of us to understand that our resources should be used so that everyone can benefit, so that everyone has clean drinking water. You mentioned the issue of water. But should we keep encouraging those who drink champagne at the expense of everyone else just to have clean water? We cannot accept that. But very often what happens? When we fight against those who have champagne so that everyone can have clean drinking water, the one with champagne pays the one without water to sing his praises, to turn against you. And you accept it too. Biboin, did that happen or not? Hey, let's pull ourselves together. There have been problems with Hawaibia for years, but now they're going to be resolved right away. In any case, I was informed to start the work last time. I went by this morning, I saw the pipes coming in. With determination in Wayuya, there's a dam that needs to be built, and that's what's going to help supply all of Wayuya. So the problem will be resolved by then. I won't have any more problems with. The past years with the reports, as I told you, that's over. God willing, it will be over. All of this, that's the meaning of our struggle. It's about dignity. We don't want our mothers to have to sleep in front of wells if neither of them has the time to go fetch a jerry can to feed the family. Wait, we are rich, we need dignity, and wealth must be shared. And to share wealth, that's what it's about. And that brings me to a rant about certain people who are here today. As I mentioned, gold and all that. Gold is everywhere. It's causing fights, institutions, order. Stop that. The state will take control of the situation because many people are going to extract gold. First, we are destroying our environment in a chaotic way. And when they're done, many go off to buy vehicles. Take 1,000 people who go buy vehicles worth 20 million each. That's 20 billion we've just handed out like that somewhere. Yet we don't even have roads to drive on. When you say there are no roads, there really are no roads. So are we building roads or what are we doing? So we need to talk to each other, understand each other, and be able to build together. Everyone will get their share, but let's avoid squandering our own wealth ourselves. Do we understand each other? This is just an introduction so you can understand a bit where I'm coming from. Because today, I'm actually going to catch up with you. And I really want to give you some important words to think about. So, let's get back to the topic.